Game day's here, I can hear the crowd. Turn on the lights, fans are cranked up and loud. Red or blue, we wear it proud. Yeah, we love our teams in this border town. Chiefs and Royals, Blue Mizzou, Rock Chalk, Jayhawk, KU. Hear that drum pounding in your feet. Yeah, you're marching to the beat of KC.
What is going on, YouTube? What is going on, Kansas City? What is going on, Jayhawk Nation? And what is going on, everybody? And welcome to the Beat of KC. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lucas Murphy, and the Big 12 Media Days have officially kicked off for basketball. And I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, maybe you can answer this for me. When is the official kickoff to the season for you? Obviously, the first game really is the solidification of the first game. You know that means that the games are kicking off. But when are you really kind of like, man, it's basketball season for the college hoops season? I'm just curious. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. I think, like, for me, it's late night in the fog. I'm getting into the mode of college basketballs here, and we're getting ready to prepare for the season. We're getting ready to play an exhibition game against Louisville, and then obviously you start into other preseason games before you really kick off the season. So just let me know what you guys think. Now, the Big 12 Media Days are really an opportunity to kind of get your coach and 3 players in front of the media and just ask questions about the upcoming season. It really is kind of a hype time to really kind of ask questions on where the vibe is for the fan bases, but also gives a chance for the media to kind of introduce themselves to a few players. You know, the Media Day serves as a launch point for the season. Coaches, and like I said, 3 players, conference officials, and media obviously are present to really kind of just celebrate what this event's about. And obviously, according to Post, each of the 16 Big 12 men's programs sent their coach and players to the media presentation. Now, Kansas City in the T-Mobile Center remains the home for the Big 12 basketball's major events, and that's where this was conducted today. So the T-Mobile Center is the hub for the conference tournament as well as these media gatherings. You know, coaches repeatedly noted that there are no easy nights, and every team has a potential to beat another. And I think that's one of the biggest things with this Big 12 conference. We're going to talk a little bit about scheduling, and then we're going to really start to get into some of these teams, but specifically our Kansas Jayhawks. So I don't want to waste too much time on this. So, for example, at the event, Arizona's head coach Tommy Lloyd emphasized his program's willingness to face a tough non-conference opponent to really prepare for the rigorous of the Big 12. I could not agree more, and I think that's really a lot of the Big 12's approach, is we really have to build up our momentum and be prepared night in and night out, because every team in the Big 12 is going to be a gauntlet. Now, are there going to be some teams as the season prevails that really start to show themselves? Yeah, and there's going to be teams that are just kind of lesser opponents. Maybe they just don't cohesively work together. Maybe they deal with some injuries. That all can happen, but then you're going to have a heavy top load where each team could potentially compete and knock each other out. And I think that's what's so significant about the Big 12, especially in basketball. Now, obviously, Arizona is highlighted by their front court depth. They just went out and got a 7-foot-plus player with a lot of NBA potential. And obviously, they have a presence with their veteran transfers and freshmen, similar to a lot of these teams. They added a lot of quality transfer depth. They have returning players, and then you insert the freshman class, and then you're ready to roll. Now, the preseason's poll, which we're going to talk about, really it makes sense. The Houston Cougars are at the top, and they literally just went to the national championship and were within a few moments of actually winning that national championship. But then you have programs that are like Kansas, Texas Tech, who really discuss the pressure of expectations and how they're going to have to manage that deep league. And I think with Kansas, which we'll talk about, I think with Kansas, it's just there's so much unknown. We have so many guys that left the program. KJ Adams, I mean, the list goes on. DeJuan Harris, Hunter Dickinson. There's a ton of other guys. AJ Storr. A lot of your roster is gone. And now you're inserting guys that are coming from other programs. You're inserting a lot of freshmen, and you expect them to really build that momentum and cohesiveness and go out onto the court and play together. And that's what it's going to take. And you're going to have to build that momentum quickly because Big 12 play starts out pretty quick after your tough non-con games. In a market that never sleeps, one name rises above the rest. Lisa Miller from Dan Lynch Real Estate. Trusted by hundreds and recognized across the Midwest. She delivers results when it matters the most. With over 13 years of experience and licenses in both Kansas and Missouri, Lisa isn't just selling houses. She's helping you find a place to call home. Whether you are a first-time homebuyer, looking to upsize, or selling your current home, Lisa makes the process smooth and stress-free. As a local expert passionate about building lasting relationships, she ensures her clients feel confident and satisfied every step of the way. Don't wait, your perfect home is just a call away. Contact Lisa today at 913-579-3246 or 913-000. Or visit lisamillersellskc.com. Let Lisa Miller at Lynch Real Estate help you start your next exciting chapter. And let her know the Beat of KC, Lucas Murphy, sent you her way. Now, one of the biggest things that was really discussed is obviously the preseason rankings, which we're going to talk about here. Houston, like I said, got 14 first place votes, and they really just led the way. Now, BYU obviously is number 2, Texas Tech at 3, Arizona at 4, Iowa State at 5, Kansas comes in at 6, Baylor 7, Cincinnati 8, K-State at 9, TCU 10, West Virginia 11, Oklahoma State 12, Utah 13, UCF 14, Colorado 15, and to wrap out this 16-team conference is Arizona State. Now, obviously, AJ Desponsa at BYU is one of the really kind of the ones to pay attention to. Him and Darryn Peterson were 1 and 2 when it comes to really the overall prospect ranking. So he's really going to have an opportunity to shine, especially there. Now, Darryn Peterson did actually beat him out for the preseason freshman of the year. And the preseason player of the year is JT Toppin from Texas Tech. And the preseason newcomer of the year was Lawan Watts from Texas Tech. Now, to really kind of wrap up this video, I want to focus solely on our Kansas Jayhawks. And one of the biggest things Bill Self was asked in his press conference was, really, how is Darryn Peterson? And I think he's been asked that a lot. Obviously, you're getting the number 1 overall prospect, and how is he going to adapt? You see, Boozer from Duke put up 30 points. You see Desponsa, I think, put up 30 points. You're seeing guys in preseason, kind of that exhibition game, really kind of ball out. Darryn Peterson's going to have his opportunity coming up against Louisville. And how is he going to play? And I think Bill Self really hit on the fact that he is all talented. Like, the pressure isn't necessarily on him because he doesn't allow that pressure to really happen. I'm going to let Bill Self kind of explain to you through his press conference how he feels about Darryn Peterson.
Well, his talent is, it's as good as any of his IQ basketball wise, his feel, I think stacks up with the best that we've ever had here, regardless of talent. He's a terrific prospect, and he's also a terrific player. And sometimes it can be a little bit different because maybe the player hasn't caught up to the prospect yet. But he's, in my opinion, ready to have a big year. Is it too much pressure for him? I don't think so, because for him to go where he wants to go, he's going to deal with that on a daily basis anyway. So we're obviously excited about him, but he's well beyond his years. How does he take to coaching?
Yeah.
Oh, I think he wants to be coached. I think players still yearn for discipline. They want to be coached. They want to get better. They want to be told what makes them better. The great ones all want that, and he's certainly a guy that he wants to be pushed each and every day, and he wants to be told what he can do better, not told what he already does good. Well, I think the one thing that's been very, very positive for us so far is he's approached this in a very mature way where he's let his talent and his commitment do his talking for him. So he's got everyone's respect. And everybody knows, because they've seen enough, that when he's good, guess what? I'm better too, because they can play off of him. And when he's aggressive and playing like that, he'll make the game easier for others. But on the flip side of that, the others can make the game easier for him. And just an example, if people want to take the ball out of his hands and they trap him, Well, there is an opportunity to play 4-on-3 behind that in many ways. And so guys understand that that's an opportunity for me. So getting the ball to him on time, on target is probably something that they take more serious maybe than in the past because they think that can lead to an immediate good result. So I think they fit together pretty well. Now, granted, never played together over an extended period of time. But, by January, I would think this could be a team that chemistry could be pretty good.
Now, I think that's significant. I do. And I really think that Darryn Peterson is going to have a phenomenal year. And I think that really goes with what Darren was talking about. There was a lot of kind of questions targeted at him about, how's he prepping for the season? And obviously next year's recruiting class and how impactful it is because he doesn't anticipate being at Kansas very long. I mean, we're seeing him as the top pick overall, Desponsa potentially being the 1 and Peterson being the 2. I mean, it could be flip-flopped however you want, but really they are anticipating that these guys are going to be lottery picks and they're going to go into the NBA draft after this year. And that's really any person's goal in these sports is to get to the professional level. So I would anticipate he's going to do everything in his power to do that. So the question really was like, hey, Darren, how are you selling to these recruits? Hey, you're only going to be here for a year. What's your selling point? And he really kind of talked about that in this video.
It's been great coming in as a freshman with 2 guys that have been in college basketball. They've been great mentors for me and great role models.
Has there been anything surprising about playing with Coach Self so far?
Nah, everything he told me in the recruiting process, he's been honest about. So I was prepared when I got here.
What does a successful freshman year look like for you?
A ring, both Big 12 championship and national.
Darren, I've heard from a lot of different guys who are coming in the next few years that you personally recruit.
That's just the type of guy I am, and the respect I got for the coaches and the guys that are coming after me, like TK, I got a relationship with, so I was honest with him.
What do you tell these guys?
Come to KU.
And now the final thing is Bill Self really talking about his X factor. And I think that there's more than one X factor, and he really hit on that. One of the biggest ones for me, and I continue to kind of say that, as Bill Self will say here in a little bit.
X factor that we need to be.
Well, I think I think there's several, but Trey White is a good player. Bryson Tiller is a good player. Cole Rosario is a good player. He's just young, and same with Bryson. But to me, Darren will do what he does. We kind of know about Flory and that stuff. Melvin Council, we got a bunch of guys that really need to have big years for us to complement, basically Flory and Darren. But those ones I just mentioned, I think have the potential to have, really big years.
Trey White, he comes over from Illinois. He's gone to multiple schools. You see him transfer in. He really hasn't been at a consistent school. And so what kind of cohesive chemistry is he going to bring? What type of play is he going to bring? And I think that's an X factor for sure. Now, another former 5-star that came in is Bryson Tiller. And I'm excited about Bryson. I think there's a lot of opportunity. He came in early. There was an injury. Otherwise, I think he would have got a little bit more playing time in the previous year, but he was dealing with some injury. And so I really anticipate Bryson Tiller to kind of step up. And I think that's why Bill Self is mentioning him as an X factor. He obviously mentions the guy that I did a video on today in Cole Rosario. He talks about, how he is a freshman, but he expects him to potentially be an X factor. I 100% agree, and that's why I did the video that I did. I just think that there's a lot of kind of unknown with this Jayhawks team, and as a fan base, that really kind of makes you excited, that makes you want to watch even more, that makes you want to kind of see how this team's developing, really kind of prepping us for the season as it's coming up. So there's really kind of a lot of information that we kind of can gather from these Big 12 media days and as we get prepped for the season. I really think, again, that's what these things are for, is to get the fan bases just absolutely hyped, because college basketball is pretty much here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, real games are going to be starting pretty soon. And we're going to be watching some college basketball on TV. Super exciting. I appreciate you guys checking out this video. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think of this Kansas basketball program. Where do you really think that they're going to finish? Obviously, the Big 12 media and obviously the Big 12 overall thinks they're going to finish 6th. I 100% do not agree. I believe that they're going to come out on top. I think they're going to be the number 1 team out of the Big 12. One of the big things Darryn Peterson talked about in his video, his goal is to win a Big 12 ring and to win a national championship ring. That's the goal, and I agree. So let me know down in the comment section. Smash that subscribe button. Smash that like button. And I appreciate you guys checking this video out. I end every video the exact same way. Have a good day.